Yeah, guys, just quickly introduction. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Liam, and together with Stan, who's going to join in a minute, I'm the founder at Liam Cloud Photography. So as well as being photographers, we help photographers like you to master your craft and develop your mindset with some simple steps that are going to help your business to thrive. Most of that is just from experience we've had over the last 10 years, and we've built a sustainable and profitable business doing what we love, basically. So we're going to be sharing some of that stuff with you. And today's live, I've put in the description for you guys, but today's live is all about taming the sunlight when you're shooting on location. It's the biggest light source we have. And especially if you're a wedding photographer, but also if you're a portrait photographer, you don't sometimes have the choice of exactly when you're going to be shooting, in what conditions, whether it's going to be bright sun, middle of the day, overcast, etc. So today we're just going to focus on 4 ways that Stan and I use regularly to capture images on location using sunlight. So just give me a second and I'm going to share the screen with you.
Okay. What about in the groups then? What about in the groups?
Yeah, I've already shared into the group, but you can just, if you just want to check that it's in there, then that would be great. I can't see the Facebook feed now actually because there's a 20-second delay, so I'm just looking at Zoom from this point on, guys. But do leave, do let us know in the comments, please, that A, that you can hear us, B, where you are tuning in from, and anyone in our Facebook group that's watching, it'd be good to know that you have found the video as well. So just give us a little shout out in the comments. Welcome, Stan.
Hi, guys.
So I was hoping this would be 3rd time lucky with doing a Facebook Live, but again, it completely defeated us, the technical aspect of it. So we'll get there. But anyway, it's great to be online. So I hope you all had a fantastic week, and let us finish this week off just with a short, we'll try to keep it fairly short, short presentation about using sunlight when you're on location. So just give us a sec. Okay. And let's bring this into here. There we go. Oh, awesome. Let me move this actually so you can see the writing.
Is slower than the computer. Anyway.
Yeah, so 4 ways we use the sun to capture images on location. This image here I'll talk about in a little bit, but this is in the most harsh bit of sunlight of the day, about 2 o'clock in Thailand, when this was taken. But it just shows that you can still create really beautiful and flattering light, as long as it's coming from the right direction and hitting your subjects in the right way. You can still take some amazing photos. Sorry, we're going in and out of darkness a little bit here as well, guys, but hopefully it doesn't affect what you can see of our images, because they're on the screen, on our backlit screen. So okay, so firstly is backlight, using backlight as a light source to create images. And we've got a couple of examples here from weddings we've recently shot. I think both these examples are in Thailand. But for me, I'm not sure what Stan feels, but a very short window of time in Thailand, if you're lucky to live in California or the UK in the summer when the sun's out, or if you're shooting weddings in Greece or Italy or somewhere like that, you get an hour and a half of light like this. And yeah, it's incredibly flattering. It means the light hitting their face from the front is just redirected light. It's not direct light from the sun. So it's really soft and flattering. And for me, just has a very romantic feeling to it when you backlight. It's very soft and atmospheric and romantic. So for couples portraits, this time of day is a really good time to take photos like this. My main tip with this photo, you can see, is the sun was still far too bright to be in the frame in this photo. In Thailand, it's incredibly bright even at sunset. So I chose to position myself a bit higher, you can see. so that I could have the trees in the background. You get those nice kind of bokeh effects, specular highlights in the background there, which look nice. And the tree just is darker than the couple, Andrew and Kashin, who books for their wedding in January. So it really allows them to pop out the frame. The one tip I'd give with these kinds of shots is, unless the suns have got a very nice quality to it later in the day, or maybe in not such a harsh place as Thailand, having it actually in the frame directly behind them is just going to make them too dark, unless you use reflectors or flash or something like that to fill in. So yeah, but you can see it creates a very nice romantic feeling. So. And
also, like, I feel like this kind of light that help the couples have a great skin as well, like almost like a very soft and very dreamy effect to it, which is we really love. But unfortunately in Thailand it's really like Liam said, it's very short window. We used to work in Italy, so we got 4 hours of golden light. It's stunning. But you know, this yeah, even we have like a short window, we just need to use it very quickly. And
yeah, I mean, this light in Thailand, sorry guys, we're not
sorry
not got too much battery in the video light, but it doesn't matter, you can still hear us. So yeah, we only get 10 minutes of this light in Thailand, but if you're working in Europe or the US or pretty much anywhere that's not too close to the equator, you get quite a long time to do this. So this kind of shot is perfect for that. Same with this one. The sun wasn't quite as strong here, and it's just creeping through the edge of the trees in the background. So same idea, the trees were dark, and it helps the subjects to pop out a little bit. We didn't use a reflector because we actually quite liked the atmosphere of it without reflector. This is one of Stan's photos. I remember standing there with the reflector, and we did have a look at it, but we felt it took away from the atmosphere, so decided not to on this one. But yeah, again, you could have them placed where the sun's sort of coming straight through the middle of their of here, but you're just not going to see so much of the emotion because it would just be too bright. So having a little bit in the corner there shows the atmosphere of the sun without ruining the moment for me. So.
Okay.
Yeah, on to the next one. Don't want to take too much time with you guys on a Friday night.
Sun.
Yeah, we definitely are. Both of us prefer. Yeah, normally people, when you first learn photography, you're told, oh, just look for soft light and stuff like that. But actually, I just love drama in photos, and the way to create drama is from the light. It's all to do with the lighting and getting those these. Another one of Stan's photos here, but these beautiful shadows on the from the shutters on the window coming through, and allows these nice rich blacks to be on the other side of the frame, really focuses your attention in on this girl's emotion and the bride just getting ready. And this is completely candid shot. She was just getting ready there, so this just happens. But it's such a strong image because or for me, I love it because of the hard light coming through the window. So soft light is things like overcast light or using big softbox. Hard light is a more direct light source like the sun. So the smaller the light source, the harder it is. So the sun, when it's hitting something direct, is a hard light source, and this is a good example of how to use it in a flattering and beautiful way.
Yeah, and also like one thing with the direct sun is they create such a special shadows, like either that light come through the window or through the trees, or it, you know, like creates such interesting shape of the shadow.
Yeah.
And you can play with it a lot more, which is we love you know, looking for direct sun.
So let me have a look, see if anyone's managed to find this, because this isn't the official event.
No, it's like nine people watching. So
okay.
I got it on here, so.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, next.
Oh, can hear myself.
Which one is that?
Say again? Yeah, just press again. Just press again.
Okay. Yeah, so this one as well. Like this one is in the, I think we took this photo pretty much middle of the day, and you see like they got this such a interesting line. I think this is just the shadows below him, and also one thing is good for direct sun is they create a pop of color, which is if you have like a colorful background or you know, the windows, they got like a color to it, and it's kind of pop up a lot. Yeah, which is create such a stunning color more than the actual soft light.
Yeah, this photo, I took this photo of a groom, and this is around 2 in the afternoon. The actual scene looked very different to this. So to get this effect in the middle of the day in Thailand, this is manually exposing a camera, and it's underexposed, I think 4 or 5 stops from what the automatic settings would probably give you. And it needs to be like that to not overexpose things on his face. I mean, it was just so incredibly harsh, which is why he's wearing the sunglasses. It was just too strong for him to look like that in that direction otherwise. But if you're creative with how you use it and careful, because hard light casts shadows very easily, like you can see here, if you use it in a way that the shadows fall still in a nice place around under his chin is fine, and how this is working, he's got the full sun on his face, then it looks cool. But if you have shadows in unflattering places, you have to be really careful of that when using light like this, not to make it look unattractive for the, you know, the groom that you're photographing.
Yeah.
So
especially middle of the day.
Especially middle of the day. The sun's a bit easier to work with when it's lower in the sky. Actually, it's still quite high here, so you do really need to be careful where it falls and where the shadows fall. So this is from Santorini, this photo, and this is a good example of, it's direct sun, but it's just after sunrise. We did a Trash the Dress shoot just after sunrise, and this image, because the sun is lower, it's easy for it to fill up all of their face, or the bride's face there, Stephanie, and create a very flattering look for a portrait. But if this was the middle of the day, then, and the sun was really high, it wouldn't have been possible to take this photo. So this is not just about using direct sun, it's using direct sun at the right time. And when it's softer in terms of its power, it's always a hard light source, but when its power is lower in the morning, then everything else is illuminated. There's still nice pops of color. But if you use it in the middle of the day when it's right above you, all the colors get very washed out. It's very, very hard to take nice photos at the wrong time. So for couples photos like this, if you can, choose a time of day where you can use direct sun in a way that makes the pictures look nicer.
Cool. Yeah, and this one as well. Yeah, as you see, as I mentioned earlier, with the direct sun that creates such an interesting shape of the shadow. So this one I think is from the trees. So we really love this. And also, like Liam said earlier, with the last photo, the way the direction of the light that come from almost like this side, not like above her. So it's created such a beautiful, you know, the shadow on her cheeks.
Yeah, what I'd say about this photo, this image is a candid shot. So I didn't set it up at all, but I knew I wanted to try to get this photo, and I also knew that to get it to look nice, I have to be in exactly the right position. I like it. This is called short side lighting, where you try, when you have the shadow on the part of the face that's closest to the camera, that's short side lighting, and it's normally seen as more flattering light because it tends to give the perception of people looking smaller or slimmer. And broadside lighting, if I'd done the other way around, it has the opposite effect. Now, if you're entering a portrait competition, then this is too dark because you lose her hair a little bit in the background. But for wedding photography, you obviously have to work around what the light that you've got. So I personally love this because it's full of drama. But yes, if you were setting up a photo like this and you wanted it to look technically better, then you could add in some fill light in the background or something if it was actually a portrait. But like I said, this is a candid moment. And yeah, I don't have a problem with these dark shadow areas. I actually quite like it aesthetically. I think it looks really nice. Yeah. So yeah, silhouettes are always an option. And the reason I got this photo up first is this was an Indian wedding we shot a couple of years ago, and the groom's doing his entrance at this point. Now, a lot of, especially in the wedding photography world, a lot of silhouettes that we see, and we do them as well, they look fantastic. They're constructed portraits or created portraits during a portrait session. But actually, if you work around the moment at a wedding, you can, this is at quite a low angle where I was able to get a silhouette. But actually, because the sun, where the sun is, if I stood up a little bit, which I did, and then you're looking more, the camera's more at a high angle and pointing down towards these people, it actually turns it into like a nice softer backlight where you can see their faces as well, which looks really cool. And then you can obviously go to a different side, like from the back as they're entering, then they're fully lit up and the bride's the other side. You can see the bride at the other side. So silhouette, direct light and a backlight were all possible during this moment. So make sure you're working around the moment. And I personally like to work around the moment to try to capture emotion and things that are happening. But also I'm thinking about the different types of light available that create different types of feeling. So silhouettes are great. Backlight, like we were saying, is quite romantic and flattering. Direct light is quite dramatic. So trying to get all of that stuff as moments are happening, make your photos much more interesting.
Yeah. So it's the same as like when you work with the direct sun, yeah, they're always opposite. Like when you know, go to the other side, you get the silhouette effect. So it's kind of, yeah, in one lighting you can use in a different picture. So
just have one question actually,
yeah,
before we.
Okay, you can answer that.
We'll do it actually after this silhouette scene. So yeah.
Yeah. So this one is we took at sunrise. Yeah. So yeah. So it's the same things because it's this is actually it's quite a beautiful morning, and we took a portrait of them in the other side. So we got like really beautiful soft light on them, and then I walk like this is like the pool, and then I just walk to another side, and then I get like a silhouette. And also like the silhouette, you get like a nice beautiful shape of the trees and the couples there with the reflection. So yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, this photo, yeah, I remember the bride and groom, they'd been partying all night, but we did say to them, because this was actually in a place where the sun is not a sunset venue, it's a sunrise venue. So we'd already decided this would be a really cool photo for their wedding album, and knew that we could get it, but it'd have to be at 6 in the morning. So we just asked them if we could do a little extra shoot. We just included it in what we were doing. Asked them if we could do an extra shoot for 10 minutes and got a couple of different photos as the sun was rising so that they could have this kind of amazing viewpoint of their wedding venue. Yeah. So I think the couples like have a chance to sleep like 1 hour or something that wedding. Yeah, yeah, they hadn't had much sleep. And one thing about the silhouette is you bear in mind that you need to make sure that they got like you see the right shape. That's why we have them walk across, in one line to the size of the pool. Otherwise, you can't see the shape of their arms or their leg. So it looks like a black block, right? Yeah. Yeah. It's hard you need to see the shape of the body and the arms and the legs to actually know what it is. So the more shape you've got, the better. There's lots of creative ways to do that, but this is one way to get people to walk, across, not towards you, and creates better shape normally anyway. So. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You see this is again, and sometimes cool things happen. So this photo here, a little bit of a reflection that we've got, but also this boy that came into the frame that's actually candid, that moment, and the bride and groom we asked to walk along in front of the sunset. So sometimes you get lucky. He just kicked his like beach ball or something up in the air, and he just happened to run across the frame. So just keep taking photos, because you can get some really cool, interesting stuff when you are aware of what's going on around you, even if you've planned a shot a little bit or constructed it. Just keep your eye out, because these are the photos that, without the boy there, then it's a nice photo for our lovely couple. It's Charisma and Tom in the Surin hotel in Thailand. But it's a more interesting photo with this boy running across. So you get these moments happening. So just keep an eye out for them, and you get something a little bit different to the normal shot. So one of my favorite things to do is mix off-camera lighting, flash or strobes, or on-location studio equipment that we take with us. We have very light packaging to do this. We keep it as small as we can, but the lights need to have a little bit of power, because especially working in Asia, because it's very bright until the very last second. But we do always try to get 1 or 2 photos like this to give to our clients. And it's just another way you can use the sun and your subjects, but you're actually lighting it up, your subjects up with flash in these situations, and have the sun not as the main light, but as one of the lights adding atmosphere in the background, or for more environmental photos. So this is actually at dusk, just after sunset in Thailand, at a venue called Sri Panwa in Phuket, which is absolutely stunning. But without mixing the two, you obviously wouldn't be able to see the couple down there. So we had to add in our own lighting to make this photo possible. It's one of yours. I like this shot. So you can have a.
So this one is So it's actually, this is the middle of the day. It's like really bright outside, and I have the bride inside the room, and this is where she's standing is completely dark. So I'm just export the her dress and the view outside, and then I just pop the flash into her. And yeah, this is one of my favorite photo, and actually one of our favorite wedding as well. Also in Sri Panwa.
Yeah, you can't get this photo just wouldn't have worked without using flash, because you wouldn't be able to see the bride. It was too bright outside, so it was just the only thing you could see in the window was you could see the reflection of the dress here. Yeah. You could see the reflection of the dress. You couldn't really see her because it was so bright. All you could see was reflection. The dress was visible, and then the rest of the background. But by adding the flash in, it made the image possible with seeing her, and gives it lots of different dimensions. Her looking essentially at her wedding dress, and then her Vietnamese dress is over behind her. So really like that. It's got
actually you can see a little bit of the fresh light bouncing here.
Yeah, I should have edited that out. Actually. just realized.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Regal.
This is just another. Again, this is trying to mix flash with the sun. So I'm standing out on a balcony here, and bride and groom are Bianca and Mateus. They're inside a doorway, the other side of the bridal, where one of the bedrooms in the bridal villa. And rather than just have them stand on the balcony, we wanted to create something a little bit different. So there was a really nice reflection of the sunset in the window, which I could see. And because of all the darkness of the trees, I knew if I was at the right angle, they could stand in that doorway. You could light them up with flash. Now, to create that photo without mixing the two wouldn't be possible, because all you'd see would be the photo, but this wouldn't be here. This would just be the sunset and this shrubbery here. The only reason this doorway becomes visible is because we've added in flash, which is off to the side here, outside this door. And that's how you create images like that, but it's a nice way to mix sunlight and flash to get something interesting, atmospheric and dramatic for your clients.
Next, it's the same couple.
Yeah, same couple this. Interesting. It was just something a bit different, thought it'd be worth showing you guys, because sometimes the more obvious shot would have been to have them both on the stairs somehow, because there was this is actually sunlight coming in onto the stairs here. You can start to see the candles because the very last bit of sunlight, but it's a really strong atmosphere. And we looked at that first, but there wasn't really a way to get them both on there that we liked. So we just got a little bit creative with it and asked the groom to walk down the stairs and put the anchor in this cove here. The same thing, to mix these two together, it wouldn't be possible. This would just be very dark and not interesting to look at, and you wouldn't be able to see her unless we used flash to do that. So there's always creative ways to mix it, especially at that last bit of the day where the sun's not too powerful, and even speed lights, if that's what you've got, can overpower or at least balance with the ambient light that's there. It's really interesting to look for stuff like this where you can find somewhere a bit darker for one subject and use the direct sun for the other person. So yeah.
I love this photo.
Okay guys, so I did
Anokas,
I think one of our group members. Yeah, nice to see you on here. And
do you prefer morning or late afternoon?
Yes. Well, I know just because we're about to move to Portugal, and I know from you joining the group, you also live in Portugal. So let's talk about let's talk about the light in Portugal. For Southern Europe, I don't think it matters. You get amazing light in the afternoon and in the morning. The reason we chose, and we do choose in Santorini, to take clients or couples out at sunrise is because of the crowds of tourists that are around, and to get photos like the one we showed you earlier is impossible in the later part of the day. Also, depends what you're photographing, because if you want to take a picture of very blue sky and really have all the colors pop, but you want to show like a seascape, it does depend whether the beach is a sunset or a sunrise beach, because you can't, in the morning, if the sun's behind you in the morning, you can get more of a colorful shot where the sun lights up your couple from the other behind over your shoulder, and that looks great. But if you want more of a backlit or sunset dramatic shot, then you do in the afternoon. So it does really depend what you're trying to achieve. If you're going somewhere touristy or popular though, doing them in the morning is great.
Sunrise,
it's great because it just keeps the crowds away. That, I think that was like 6 in the morning in the middle of summer, so very, very busy Santorini at that time of year. But if you get up that early, most people are still in bed. So.
Yeah, we literally like it's amazing actually how much a difference. We see some photographers before trying to do the photo shoot in Santorini at sunset, and it literally is impossible to do at sunset. So yeah, and also in the morning it's not too hot as well. It's more comfortable. The temperature is much cooler.
Yeah, I think if you're in a very hot place, that is true, that you do, it does seem to, because you had the evening to cool down, it can be a bit, you can get a couple of hours of sunlight where it's manageable to photograph, but it gets very difficult. In the afternoon, it feels, because it's been heating up all day, it is hotter. So somewhere like Thailand, for example, sunrise shoots are great because it's just not quite as humid as it is in the afternoon. So lots of factors go into deciding.
Obrigado. Obrigado.
Obrigado to you as
we
well.
Need to learn some Portuguese.
You have to teach us some Portuguese, when we move to Lisbon.
Right,
so
I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I think that's it actually, guys, for today. Just we're trying to keep these as short as possible, but I know we both talk a lot, or I do anyway, so I need to try to calm down a bit. Yeah, just some next steps for you. So if you are interested to keep going on this journey with us, I don't know if it's the first time you've watched or if you've been following us for a while, make sure you get on a, I'm just going to actually get Stan to let me take, I'm just going to stop sharing the screen so I can put a link for you in the, just give me 1 sec, guys. Okay. So I'm just going to post, there's a link. So in here, let me just post. If you want to get some more free training and get on the waiting list for our membership that we are opening enrollment up for soon, then please go to this landing page. We've already created some free video content that you can get as soon as you join the waiting list, and we've got another series coming out soon, which will be another free bit of training that we're really excited about. So get yourselves on the waiting list and you can get all of that stuff as we release it. Yes, and just to finish off, yeah, so join the waiting list for the Photographers Collective. That's going to be launching soon. That's the name of it, the Photographers Collective. Some people are already in our Facebook group, the free Facebook group that goes with that. So that'll be launching soon, and I've put the link in the description for you guys. I will update you all and the people in our Facebook group and over email. I'll update you when the free training becomes available for that, which is not to be missed. And third, if you're really keen to take some next steps for your photography business now, we also do one-to-one mentorship and masterclass training. So if you have specific things you want to work on, just email us at info@liamcollard.com, or you can send us a DM on Instagram or Facebook and we can chat there. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. It's been really lovely to see you all again, our third week in a row of doing this, and we'll be back next Friday to give you some more insights into our business and creativity.
Bye, guys.
Okay, guys, take care. Bye-bye.
Obrigado.